Hey everybody, this is Billy at BTUFF. Man, I'm down here in Hollywood, California at Amoeba Records, man. This is one of the largest record shops in the country. Man, there's so much stuff to see and do in there. I can't wait to check it out. I've never been here. Man, check out this elevator they have here, right, man? I was scared to get in it at first, but man, this is all part of the vibe they got in here. It's very cool. Let's get in there and let's check it out.
Man, I'm so excited. I'm down here in Hollywood at Amoeba Records, man. This place is huge. I think it's the largest record store in California. Arguably, it might be one of the biggest in the country. And it is just, I mean, you can spend all day in here looking at posters, looking at old albums, old CDs, old cassettes, man. It's here. If they ever had music on something, it's here. And you can kind of see back there, they have another room that goes back, and it's almost half the size of this room. And of course, to my left here, you can't really see underneath me, it goes back too. It's a huge store, man. I mean, it's gargantuan. One of the things I like, man, I like kind of going through old records, and it kind of brings me back to my childhood, right? Because I look at things and go, man, I remember I had this record, right? And I played it, and I remember, and it's kind of cool to see all that stuff, man. So anyway, this is really cool. I'm going to take a look around, and we're at Amoeba Records in Hollywood, California. One of the classic rock albums right here. Led Zeppelin, of course. Look at that, man. Man, that is like a power-packed album. Probably one of their most famous albums of all time. Yeah, that's rad, man. Man, I'm not sure if your high school was like this, but at my high school, they had an area called the ramp, right? And the ramp was the area that went down to the football and tennis courts. And man, you could always go down there and you'd see kids out there smoking, and they'd be wearing their Iron Maiden gear, right? Kiss gear, Judas Priest stuff, Megadeth. They'd be wearing the rock and roll shirts out there, cutting class. Ozzy Osbourne, of course, man. They'd be, oh, look at this classic. Look at this thing, dude. Man. Ozzy Osbourne, man. Got some great songs. Entered in the house. Man, look at that. Working for MCA. I Ain't the One. Man, that's like the greatest hits. Man, that's rad right there. Yeah, man. Might have to pick this one up. That's cool. Man, what's crazy is to look at these cassettes. You know, cassettes are making a comeback now because movie Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Guy listens, the main character listens to a Sony Walkman, so now everybody's into these. And not everybody, but there's a lot of people getting back into them. Even the Sony Walkmans, man, to get that Sony Walkman that he used, it's like $400 a piece on eBay. But it's cool to look at these, man. Reminds me of the warehouse. I remember going to the warehouse and getting these. I always think that the 90s were the last really good era for rock and roll. You know, the grunge rock was pretty good stuff, man. Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots, Nirvana, Soundgarden, all that stuff was rocking pretty good, man. I love this stuff. And after that, I don't know what happened. Rock and roll kind of just died off. Now, let's see if you can guess. Can anybody guess who this is? All right, I'll give you a couple seconds. All right, can you guess? You're gonna be floored unless you already know who it is. I'm gonna pull this away. You ready for this? I cannot believe this. Willie Nelson, man. Did anybody here know that this was Willie Nelson? Seriously, I would never in a million guess that this was Willie Nelson. Man, that's crazy. That's wild. So check this out, man. This is Queen, of course, really cool. And then they have these right here, right? And these are like what radio stations got, I think, from the musicians when they released a single like "We Are the Champions" and "We Will Rock You," right? That's all that's on this big album, right? Just one side has one song and one has the other, and that's pretty cool to see that. You don't really see that very much. interesting fact you may not know. Rolling Stones, of course, classic band, probably arguably one of the best classic rock bands of all time. One time they were staying in a hotel, and a busboy came to take their stuff, right? Well, they were floored when they found out who this busboy was, or they knew who he was, but they were floored to see him come get the bags. That busboy, Muddy Waters. That's right, classic blues singer, one of the best blues singers of all time. Of course, they ended up taking Muddy Waters on the road with them. I don't blame them. Guy was a legend.